Yeah, we've been in violation of that Austin ordinance, I guess, for many years now, because we've never had a sign on our colonies. But now that we're helping other people do it, we aim to get right.
One day you'll get signs on yours.
Okay, so you guys have on enough clothes so that if you wanted to get close and look, you'll probably be fine. I'll be just distributing the nucs out next to each hive first, and then I'll install them.
Now each hive gets one queen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's typically one queen in a colony. Sometimes that is not the case, but most of the time it is. Okay, if you guys do want to come out here and mess with the colonies, you're going to need to get like a few of the basics, like a smoker, okay? And you can burn cedar bark or wood chips in it if you wish, and a hive tool. So this nuc caught a lot of drift, so it's got almost as many bees as a full-strength colony typically would. All right. Hive tool, smoker, hat, veil. You might want to get gloves. Wear a long sleeve shirt with a collar. Make sure that the veil goes over the collar in the back. Oh, there's a hive beetle. Ugh, that's one of the things we don't like.
Brave man, no gloves, no jacket.
So this nuc's full of bees and brood. So what I've got on this comb is honey around the margins, and then brood, which are young developing bees, eggs, larvae, and pupa in here in the middle. Ordinarily I would keep the brood together in the brood nest to aid with their keeping it warm, because they incubate the brood at 91 degrees. So in springtime, when we still have cool nights, they burn a lot of honey doing that. But this colony is so big and strong that I'm going to work some frames of foundation, which are the sheets of wax with reinforcing wire that they use as a template for new combs in between some of these. Oh, there's the queen. You see the queen?
Where is she? Oh, wow.
See her?
Mm-hmm. It's not that big, huh?
All right. And there's enough blooming that they should be on a honey float just as soon as the sun shines. Because that nuke is so strong and some of them are not going to be that strong, I'm going to save that, or they may not be that strong, all of them. I'm going to save that comb back to strengthen any that are weak. Having seen the queen in that one, I know I'm not risking losing the queen if I shake some bees off of it.
What are they doing?
What are they doing?
Working doing what?
So these are building out new comb. This was a sheet of foundation only a few days ago. The queen's been here and laid a few eggs. And so that will turn into larvae, and then subsequently those larvae will spin their cocoon and they'll undergo metamorphosis and eventually emerge as adults. That's a solid comb of brood there. Another solid comb of brood. Well, they're ready for a honey flow. They've got the bee population coming. One of the things that colonies typically do this time of year is turn all their resources into baby bees so that they have a large population to take advantage of the honey flow when it hits. Well, everything looks just great.
Yeah, I'll take another strong fruit.
See the queen yet in this one?
No, I have not. I'm not necessarily looking for her. I'm reasonably confident that she's here. They've got eggs, so anytime they've got eggs, you know the queen's been there within the last 72 hours, because that's how long an egg takes to develop. But if we happen to see her, I'll point her out. What's that?
No, one of our security guards texted me.
He wants to get his golf balls that are down here that he gets from the guard shack.
Aha! You got to stay occupied somehow.
Yeah, right.
So a question, are there raccoons or anything that'll try to get into these?
That's a really good question.
They smell
Raccoons may try to get into smaller colonies. Usually once they get the bee population in them that you've seen in these first two, well, that's too many bees for a raccoon to mess with. What's that?
I wonder if we should set up another security camera back here. Keep an eye on them.
I went on the side of the building if I could zoom this car.
Actually, I think you're right.
Those must be pretty good cameras.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Actually, this one's going to be strong too.
Wow. Huge. How did you guys get into this?
My great-grandfather and great-grandmother got 10 hives as a wedding present from her brother. So it's been in my family for a long time.
So you grew up with these, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and honey lasts for a while.
Yeah, if it's dried down appropriately, like most honey is, well, it'll last almost indefinitely. Apparently the honey found in the pyramids when they opened Queen Nefertiti's tomb was still palatable.
That's amazing. What kind of water source do these things need?
They'll fly down here to the creek and find water there or at whatever water trough is available for those sheep I can hear next door. You won't need to worry about giving them water. They can fly a long way if they need to come up with it. They'll find